Man, I was talking to this dude the other day, and somehow we got into this arguing about fractions. Now, first of all, if two grown people are debating fractions in public, something has already gone wrong. This man says one half ain't the same as two fourths. I said, bro, yes it is. He said, no, look at him. And then he wrote down one half, and underneath it, he wrote down two fourths. He said, at the paper, like, he done cracked the cold case. See? Different. I said, that's like saying $1 bill and 4 quarters ain't the same money. He said, but they don't look the same. And that's when I realized some people think math like fashion. Like numbers gotta match outfits. Then he hits me with this. One half equal two fourths. Then why don't we just use two fourths all the time? I said for the same reason you don't tell people that your son is 195 days old instead of 3 years old. You understand? Now he looks at me crazy. Then he says, hold up. If one half equal two fourths, that means two six, four eighths, all the same thing? I said, yeah. He got quiet. Too quiet. Then I saw that look that people get right before they done discovered algebra. He said, oh, you telling me we got a whole bunch of different answers that are really the same answer? I said, exactly. He said, that sounds suspicious. I said, no. What's suspicious is that you've been trusting GPS your whole life, but fractions you seem to draw the line at. Then he came back and said, well, 0.999 repeating is equal one. Why not just write one all the time? I said, because sometimes different expressions represent the same value. He said, no, that don't sit right. I said, what's your nickname? He said, Dre. And I said, what's your government name? He said, Andre. Same person, right? Yeah. I said, congratulations, you understand 0.9999 repeating. Now he's mad. Not because I'm wrong, but it's because he actually understands. That's the thing about math. People think math is all about getting answers. No. The real challenge is accepting the answer you get and understanding after you understand it. At the time, people ain't fighting, math and numbers. They fighting their instincts. And my friend lost the battle that moment that he tried to prove one half wasn't one half.